Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video clarifying the looks issue. Yeah, it's one of those videos talking about women going for looks, but not in the way y'all think, right? And let me make this clear from the get-go. Looks are important to a woman, right? But it's not the only thing. You know, your aura, mannerisms, or there's a whole bunch of other stuff. And even in situations where many women will go for looks first, you still have to have some other things going on. Because if you look good to a woman, but then, nonsense come out of your mouth when you talk, women will consistently say he looked good till he opened his mouth. So there's more to it. But for this video in particular, I want to clarify some things with the looks issue. Because in saying that looks do matter to women, or even saying good looks matter to women, many men, knowing that they don't look like a fashion model or some hunk or something, they immediately think, oh, I can't get a woman, I don't look like them. Here's the thing with women to understand. Every single woman, looks matter to a woman, but all women are not uniform in what they like. And, even when you have situations where you'll have a great many women check out that really good looking guy, that conspicuously handsome guy, or, that hunk or pretty boy, whatever term you want to use, they still are going to have other preferences in looks. And that looks includes also body type. See, that's one thing. Sometimes when we say looks, we just mean the face. Most people mean face. I'll say physical appearance. And let me clarify something with me. I'm known as the loafer brother. Like long-time subscribers know, I love me a fat booty sister. Right? And shoot, I'll tolerate it on other folk, but I love me a fat booty sister, right? But I also like a woman with nice legs, nice juicy legs, big, oh my goodness, some big shapely legs. Put me in a trance. She can have like not as much of a fat ass on her, but she got some big legs. I tend to be forgiving of the ass not being there. Trust me. And you know what? Women are like that too. Women don't just have like a one single preference. So you get plenty of women. Like you can get some women, they can look at that hunk and be like, oh yeah, I want to get with him. But they might see some guy who most people consider average or ordinary and think, oh man, that dude is hot. See, here's the thing with the looks. Every woman has a preference. Every guy, see the mistake men make, too many men make, they'll say, well, I don't look like that hunk, so these women ain't gonna want me. I'm like, dude, first of all, you really can't compare yourself to this other guy, because looks are very much a part of genetics. Yeah, you can do some working out, you can work on your body and all of that, but there's only so far you can go. You're gonna get some dudes, they naturally mesomorphic. They could probably keep that like hunk body. That's usually where the hunks are anyway. They mesomorphs. But then you got ectomorphs, and those dudes, they can eat like a whole kitchen and won't put on any weight, and they're going to be naturally slim. Then you got endomorphs, even if they work out intensely, do cardio, all that stuff, they still going to be bigger than average. And you know what? That's cool, because, that affects everything, the body, the face. Every woman has a preference. She has a specific preference for what she wants in a man. And here's what the men have to focus on. First of all, look, hold up, because I was about to get into this in a second ago, but I'm just flowing right now, right? But men have to get out of comparing their looks to another man. That's one. Two, they have to stop judging that other man. Like they'll say, well, how he get that woman? He don't look that good. First of all, men, just stop that, man. You a heterosexual man. How you judging another man on his looks? Seriously. How you judging another man on his looks? It don't matter. That's why sometimes people ask me, and I just tell them, The best I tell them is like how well somebody who may have looked like them I've seen them do with women. But you can't judge. So, like, first of all, get out of that. Two, all you can do, most any man can do, is maximize his own physical appearance. But see, here's the ultimate secret to it all. Whatever you look like, wherever you are, somebody probably think you look good. And not just some ugly woman. See, a lot of guys, you tell them that and they think, well, I don't want those ugly women that checking me out. Well, it's probably a good looking woman who check you out. But sometimes, you know what? Sometimes they ain't going to just approach you. And sometimes, even though I'm big on women choosing the men, you still have to recognize if she's looking at you or something and still approach her. And she might be checking you out. You don't know. One thing I found with women, everybody has their own alpha, their own good looking guy. And it's not always the same. Like, I've done a couple videos talking about big man swag. Now, I know this young lady. I know about 3 young ladies who, if we're going to use the rating system, are in like the 7 to 9 range. I know a couple of them, they in their 40s and stuff and like stopping traffic. Like, fine. In fact, one of them, if I called her name, I'll just say she got a name that's easily looked up on the internet and she's been on some TV shows. I'll leave it at that. They will be like, they can see that like hunk type of dude go crazy over them, but they see all these women, they had one thing in common. They see some big dude got a belly on them. They go crazy. Now, of course, Rom always say you want to be in your best shape, but the reality is, because every woman have a preference, you might be that woman's preference. Whatever you look, I don't care what you got going on. I don't care. You got some dudes who call themselves ugly or they say I'm average, but there's somebody who think they look great. So the looks matter. The looks are a part of the equation. But you, as a man, you cannot feel like your looks don't measure up. The thing that key for every man is to find the woman and learn to recognize the woman that likes how you look. That's always been my secret. I ain't messing with I had some, I don't know if it was a troll or not, asking me where would I rate myself from myself on a scale from 1 to 10. And I'm like, I don't. I'm saying I've had some women call me handsome. I've had some women call me sexy. But then I've had some women say, you alright. I don't really have women call me ugly, but there's probably some who will. But you know who I focus on? I focus on the ones who saying I'm handsome and sexy. I don't worry about the rest. And that's fair. That's why two women, they can look at some guy and there's a good chance they won't agree. Even some guys we know publicly. I've met several women like Denzel Washington. That's been a long time popular Hollywood sex symbol. I've met women who looked at Denzel and be like, they might check out some other person. I know this young lady, she's like, I ain't messing with Denzel. But Morgan Freeman, though, he can get it. Look, the looks thing, yeah, it's important. Most you can do, maximize what you got, get those haircuts, make the dentist your friend, tweeze those nose hairs and stuff. Shit, grow that beard out. If you can grow that beard out, hey, the beard gang, that thing's real now, right? For now, anyway. All right, do what you gotta do. Maximize your looks, but then only worry about the women who are feeling your look. Don't compare yourself. You got guys ready to get plastic surgery and shit, right? The subculture of dudes, they like, well, if I get plastic surgery, I'll be all right. It's like, dude, don't try to look like somebody else. It might not work with you. Because first of all, if you change your face, but the body don't match, you're gonna look weird. It ain't that simple, man. It ain't that simple. It's like, and I know you having trouble, but sometimes that trouble ain't based on your look. That trouble is based on some other stuff that you can work on, personality and everything. But every guy, I don't care who they are, there's some woman that like how they look. Some woman. And you know what? If it ain't 100 women, that's actually cool. You know, in a room full of 100 women, if like only 5 women feeling you, that's actually better, really. Because then they going to be more cooperative with you. You know, because I know a lot of dudes, they on that scale where if they walk in a room with 100 women, you know, they got about 80 of the women feeling them. Yeah, but the problem with that is that all those women aren't going to be sane. And I get a lot of stories from some dudes who considered, I'll say, conventionally handsome to a great many people. And they'll say, yeah, hey, this crazy woman stalking me. Or I had this ugly woman. Because, you know, ugly women like good looking guys too. Or guys they consider good looking. I'll put it like that. And they can be a little crazy. So it ain't like that. But if a dude, first of all, if you're a dude, like I say, if you do dude in that room full of 100 women, only 5 of them think you handsome. You know, you got to figure out of that 5, maybe 2 of them are going to look decent. That's still 2. All right? Focus on them. Worry about that. Don't compete with other folks. You know? And don't say, well, that guy look better than me. You can't tell. You don't know. Because for all you know, and I've seen this too. I've seen some guys talk about some other guy talking about, yeah, they look better than me. But if you talk to the women in the same social circle, they'll say the guy complaining looks better. And he need to stop tripping. And that's my point. Focus on your own shit. Right? Don't automatically think, oh, I look bad or something. Or that's why women don't want me. Nah, it probably ain't. It's probably your personality. Just to be honest with you. It's like, yeah, you know, because even when, like I said, that the looks part is only a part of the equation. You still got to close the deal. And a lot of time, to be honest, that's even with a guy who look like a supermodel. If he can't close that deal, it doesn't mean anything. It's useless. You know? So wherever you at, understand somebody feeling you. You just got to figure out who likes how you look and deal with that person. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.